Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Fasiya Hassan. My roll number is 3163. My group number is 7 and the course is Biochemistry of Carbohydrates. My topic name is glucose galactose malabsorption. Here we discuss about its synonyms, definition, general discussion, signs and symptoms, causes, diagnosis, affected population, related disorders and standard therapies. Carbohydrate intolerance related diseases. There are many carbohydrate intolerance related diseases such as lactose intolerance, glucose intolerance, fructose intolerance, sucrose intolerance, etc. But I am here to represent you the disease which is glucose galactose malabsorption. It is also called as GGM. First of all, we have to study the definition of malabsorption. It is a disorder that occurs when people are unable to absorb nutrients from their diet such as carbohydrates, minerals, fats, proteins or vitamins. Some common disorders related to malabsorptions are lactose intolerance, celiac disorder, glucose galactose malabsorption. In simple words, when you eat a healthy meal, you expect your body to reap the benefits of the vitamins and minerals, but your body is not able to take in many of the nutrients from the food you eat. This digestive problem is known as malabsorption. More importantly, malabsorption syndrome can cause serious complications including a higher chance of infection and bone fractures. Now, what is glucose galactose malabsorption? It is a condition in which the body cannot take in the sugars glucose and galactose, which primarily results in severe diarrhea which causes weight loss and dehydration that can be life-threatening. Rarely affected infants develop kidney stones due to deposit of calcium in the kidneys. Simply, it is a rare condition in which the cells lining in the intestine cannot take in sugars like glucose and galactose, which prevents proper digestion of these molecules and large molecules made from them. Synonyms of glucose galactose malabsorption. It is also known as carbohydrate intolerance of glucose galactose, complex carbohydrate intolerance, monosaccharide malabsorption, GGM, congenital glucose galactose intolerance, and congenital glucose galactose malabsorption. General discussion. First of all, it is an inherited metabolic disorder characterized by the small intestine's inability to transport and absorb glucose and galactose. As we know that glucose and galactose are simple sugars or monosaccharides, sucrose and lactose are called as disaccharides because they are made from two simple sugars and are broken down into these simple sugars during digestion. Sucrose is broken down into glucose and another simple sugar called fructose, and lactose is broken down into glucose and galactose. As a result, lactose, sucrose and other compounds made from carbohydrates cannot be digested by individuals with glucose-galactose malabsorption. So glucose and galactose have very similar structures. Galactose have different chemical and biochemical properties than glucose. Both have the chemical formula which is C6H12O6. Here are the ring structure of galactose and glucose, in which we see that the red color shows the position of hydroxyl group which is changed. So the only difference between these two structures is that the position of hydroxyl group on the carbon number 4 is changed. Here are the straight chain structure of glucose and galactose. It is the 3D structure of glucose and it is the 3D structure of galactose. Same transport enzymes provides them with entry into specialized cells in the small intestine where they are absorbed and transferred into other cells. Mutation on chromosome 22 occurred and the transport enzymes don't work properly, and the result is glucose galactose malabsorption. So the point which is to be noted here is that on chromosome number 22 mutation occurs due to which the transport enzymes don't work or do their job properly, and the result is glucose galactose malabsorption. All the process is occurring in the small intestine. Signs and symptoms of glucose galactose malabsorption. After birth, the symptoms appears are chronic diarrhea, dehydration, failure of thrive. Severe cases may become life-threatening. Among infants, diarrhea, sugar in urine, severe dehydration, and kidney stones are the symptoms. In adults, the symptoms appears are bloating, nausea, diarrhea, abdominal cramps, rumbling sounds caused by gas, and excessive urination. Causes: GGM is inherited as an autosomal recessive trait, the malfunctioning gene code for a protein that acts as a transporter of glucose and galactose out of the space enclosed by the small intestine, across the intestinal lining and into intestinal cells. As a result of mutation that has been tracked onto the gene on the long arm of chromosome number 22, the transporter enzyme cannot do its job properly. There is nowhere for the glucose and galactose to go except into the stool in rather large amounts. So mutation on SLC5A1 gene provides instruction for producing a protein called sodium glucose cotransporter protein 1, which is called SGLT1 protein. This protein is mainly found in the intestinal tract and the kidney. It spans the membrane of the cell in these body system and moves glucose and galactose from outside the cell to inside the cell. Sodium and water are transported across the cell membrane along with the sugars in this process. In intestinal tracts, SGLT1 protein helps the body to absorb glucose and galactose from the diet so the body uses them. During digestion of food, the protein transports the sugar in the cell that line the wall of intestine as food passes through. The SGLT1 protein in kidney cell plays a role in maintaining normal blood glucose level. The kidney then filters the waste products from blood and eliminates them in urine. They also reabsorb needed nutrients and release them back into the blood. Then the SGLT1 protein transports glucose into specialized kidney cells, ensuring that sugar goes back into the bloodstream and is not released into the urine. As a result, glucose and galactose are not absorbed by intestinal epithelial cells but instead accumulate in the intestinal tract. In addition to these, water that normally would have been transported with sugars remains in intestinal tract, resulting in dehydration of body tissues and severe diarrhea. Then the SGLT1 protein cannot transport glucose. However, other protein in kidney are able to absorb enough glucose into bloodstream so that glucosuria is mild in the person with glucose-galactose malabsorption. So the main gene associated with this disorder is known as SGLT1 gene or protein. Affected population. It is an extremely rare disorder. Approximately 200 cases worldwide are present. 2/3 of those affected are females. One report suggested that about half of the cases of severe GGM reported that have occurred among families that have experienced intermarriages. This condition is inherited in an autosomal recessive pattern. Related disorders. Symptoms of the following disorders can be similar to those of glucose-galactose malabsorption. Comparison may be useful for a differential diagnosis. So the symptoms may be related to glucose-galactose malabsorption, but these disorders can't be considered as glucose-galactose malabsorption, including irritable bowel syndrome, also called as spastic colon, lactose intolerance, Crohn's disease, and galactosemia. Diagnosis. That how can we diagnose if a person is suffering from glucose galactose malabsorption? So here is a test which is called glucose breath hydrogen test or hydrogen breath test, HBT. A diagnostic tool for small intestine bacterial overgrowth, SIBO, and carbohydrates malabsorption such as lactose, fructose, and sorbitol malabsorption. The test is simple, non-invasive, and is performed after a short period of fasting. The test measures how the amount of hydrogen present in your breath changes after you consume a sugar solution. There is usually very little hydrogen in your breath. The procedure of this test is your doctor will start by having you gently blow into a bag to get an initial sample of your breath. Next, they will have you drink solution containing different type of sugars. You will then breathe into a bag every 15 to 20 minutes on your body digest the solution. After each breath, your doctor will use a syringe to empty a bag. The amount of hydrogen in your breath is measured in part per million. Your doctor will look at how the amount of hydrogen in your breath changes after you drink sugar solutions. If the amount of hydrogen in your breath increases by more than 20 part per million, After drinking solution, you may have sugar intolerance or SIB depending on your symptoms. Standard therapies, treatment of glucose galactose malabsorption. We can treat glucose galactose malabsorption by eliminating all of the milk products or milk from our diet, since milk products contain lactose and lactose is broken down to glucose and galactose. Fructose, a sugar absorbed differently from either glucose and galactose, may be substituted as a source of carbohydrate calories. Most clinicians who treated this disorder recommended the elimination of all the lactose, sucrose and glucose from diet and may be replaced by fructose based nutrients. So the sugars like lactose, sucrose and glucose from the diet may be replaced by the fructose based nutrients to treat glucose galactose malabsorption. So here are the summary of our topic, in which we study about the SGLT1 deficiency, clinical symptoms in which include severe neonatal diarrhea and dehydration, its diagnosis and therapy including dietary replacement of glucose galactose with fructose. This is all about my topic. Thank you so very much. Allah Hafiz.